crazy opening weekend. It's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Throwing first play is Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football, led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. To throw his Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
First down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Six nothing our score after one. So first and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick six. Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Chargers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 67 yards. Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
This is a counter play. Eckler only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Herbert, third and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to move back in front. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leap the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Up the middle, Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 36. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
The draw. Here's Johnson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Carr to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. On first down, it's Herbert. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Carr now to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 2nd and 7, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Carr. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Las Vegas.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They started on the ground with Eckler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's taken on the 25. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Raiders first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. The slot man in motion right. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And that's the old expression, that's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Las Vegas, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.